everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you about something very serious, and that is the things we cannot leave the house without. Things that I always like to keep on me at all times. Number one is chapstick. I almost exclusively use Blistex. Obviously I'm not sponsored, but I mean, I just have a weird obsession. I like to carry this on me, and you know, in a time such as the one we are in now, hand sanitizer is also a must, and a mask. These are some things that I actually really never leave the house without. I have tons of extras laying all over in case I happen to run out or in case I'm swapping bags. That way I always know I have these things on me. And because of that, I think it's important that we have some things on our keys or some little easy to go pouches almost where we can keep these in. Now, there are actually some things like this already. Obviously, you know, Bath & Body Works will sell their little keychains slash, you know, silicone holders for these, but unfortunately it is, you know, only limited to these particular bottles. And I did actually come across on Amazon a set of chapstick holders, and I was looking at it and I was realizing this is just super easy to make. I can't imagine why anyone would buy these if I can just make them with some of the scrap fabric I have laying around. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to give you 3 different patterns and show you how I'm going to make some little holders so that I can make sure I always have everything I need for me on me when I leave the house. I started with the chapstick holder, and I'm going to use a very similar pattern for the chapstick holder and for the hand sanitizer, and I did use this to kind of base my pattern. It's super easy. I actually really only drew on one side and then folded it in half over where I will add the ring and cut it out. Basically, everything's going to be relatively rectangular, with the bottom being 1.75 inches, or if you're metric, about 4.5 centimeters, and on the long side 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters. And I had the little opening come about 1 inch down or 2.5 centimeters. So this should be hopefully be relatively easy. I just rounded off the corners to make it nice and easy. And to make it even easier, I'm going to try as hard as possible to make this a no-sew project and even a no hemming by using a fabric that does not fray. So I just got this like faux leather in a set off of Amazon for probably $6. I got about 5 sheets of this, so I can cut and trim it and I don't have to worry about it fraying or needing to add any stitches. All you're really going to need for this is your fabric. I have a fabric glue stick over here, hot fabric glue. I love this stuff, I can't stop using it. And a little keychain holder, and that should be it. So let's get started by tracing out our pattern, cutting it out, and then gluing it together. I'm going to hyperlapse through the tracing and the cutting, and I will come back to chat with you once that is done. Alright, we've got our first design cut out with plenty of seam allowance. Now all you have to do is fold it down. We can of course clean up any of the imperfect edges on the sides after we glue everything down. And I am just going to, avoiding this area, take some glue all the way around these edges, much like we have it done on this one, just all the way around in a big square. If you are concerned about any patterns you make not fitting, you can always actually fit them using simple pattern paper like I have. I made my pattern paper out of regular copy paper. All I did was fold it in half, and I took my Blistex and just saw how easy it would fit in, particularly because you need to make it a little bit bigger to hold a 3D object. I like to do this and just kind of pinch around the edges to make sure there would be enough room to keep it in there nice and tight. Alright, I think I've got it a bit more even now. I added a little bit of glue to the top here, kind of trimmed off the sides just a bit to make it a little less bulky, and it fits my chapstick pretty well. Not bad. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a split ring in really whatever color I want. This is this like coppery color, matches some of the hardware I already have on my work key, so I'm just going to use that one, slip it all the way through, and boom, a super easy chapstick holder that I can take with me to work. And it was no sew. This took like no time at all. So I'm actually going to use the same method here to make one for my hand sanitizer, which for some reason I keep forgetting the name of. So here's the pattern that I have for this. This one is actually a square pattern, and I still have the hole in the front and the section at the top for the rings, the split rings. And this is actually just the same height as this. The 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters in both directions, and once again have an inch from the top, and I am able to slip this in and pinch it on both sides to create an easy hold that doesn't adjust the edges too much. So this should be a pretty easy pattern to follow, and because it's the same length, it should fit really nicely on my remaining fabric in this color. So I'm going to line them up, trace, cut, and follow the exact same method I did for this one to create my second holder. And there we have our first two holders in the same style. We've got our hand sanitizer holder and our chapstick holder, and they match. If you have an edge coat or something similar, you could always coat the edges to make sure it's finished. I actually really needed some in this particular color because it actually matches my headphone case. So I think this is gonna look real nice next to all that stacked up inside of my bag. I know you're probably wondering, because I totally was, does this fall out? I'm sure if you shake it really hard, it will, but for the most part, it does hold in there pretty well. So just as a little update on that. I have just enough left over on this single sheet of computer paper sized leather, I guess, fake leather, faux leather, whatever you want to call it, to use this template that I got from the Sorry Girls. Honestly, I love this pattern, I'm obsessed with it, and I really don't want to have to come up with another one just to make this video and kind of give you an idea, but it's very simple to create the basic rectangular shape in the middle and then add these triangles off the edge. You can make the rectangle whatever shape you want, and as long as you have the flaps that cover all the way into the center, just make sure they're long enough to reach a little bit past the center. So this is a 3-inch line here, so this is actually a 2-inch here, so that they can overlap in the middle. That's what's important about this one. So I am actually going to just trace this and cut this pattern out, and you know, if you wanted to take a look at the specific measurements that I have the pattern in here, you can do that and just go from there. So I'm going to trace this, hyperlapse, cut it out, and then show you how I'm going to be creating my mask holder. Now all you have to do is fold everything in over itself and glue it down, and it creates this cute little envelope shape. Now, once that's done, I'm just going to cut a slit in the top, or you can actually go around back and cut a slit in the back and use it kind of like we had these, and just kind of slip it in, or you can cut the top off and add a little zipper on top. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go through the top. Here's what it all looks like. I'll fold it over. I made sure to leave the space inside, right? I'm just going to go up through here and slice all the way across the top with a super sharp pair of scissors. So now I have this opening. Now I'm going to take my zipper and stuff it inside. I'm going to make sure it's the appropriate size, of course. And I'm going to glue down on this side. And that way I can open it up, flip it over, and glue it down on this side as well. I think I prefer having the zipper closure on this one, just so that I can be absolutely certain that I am not, contaminating my mask when I take it off, if I put it on the ground or nothing. So I am going to take my glue and go do that. I just glued the ends down around the sides as well and stuffed the very end of this in there, and it zips closed. Now I can go in and kind of fix anything with the little bits of extra glue in case there's any pieces that are up and moving a little too much for me. And I do have this tiny little hole right there that's not so bad. You could always close that up with another dot of glue if you wanted, but now I can open it up, kind of roll up my mask, pop it right inside. It is the perfect size. Close it up, and I have a cute little thing here. Super easy to add a key ring as well. All you have to do is pop a little slit in the side and slip it right in. I actually think I'm gonna go up that way, so I'm gonna put mine a little bit closer to the top. Nice little slice. Nothing crazy. I'm gonna grab another ring, split ring, I believe these are called. And I'm gonna split it, stick it right through that hole I just made and up through the top so that it kind of comes off the corner like this, and boom, mask holder and super cute. Alright, that is all I had for you today. I have the patterns up on the table here so that you can take a look at those measurements one more time, write them down, take a screenshot, whatever you need, and you can see that creates some pretty, really very easy. Each of these only took me about 5 minutes. I think this one took the longest just because of the complication of the zipper, but I think they turned out really great. I think they match really well, super easy, super cost effective, and I cannot recommend this enough. So if you need anything to your key to add on to your keys, if you are afraid of losing little bits and bobs, I would highly recommend doing this DIY. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say. I wanted to thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. I put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I'd love for you to be here for the next one. Thanks again so much, and I hope to see you then. Bye!